Call the meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. Welcome, everyone. We have a kind of a fun and important thing to do at the very beginning of this meeting, and that is I'm going to call upon Stephen to administer the oath of office to Angela Adsaid. You kids have fun. I'm going to sit over here.
Councillor Wilcox. At this time, I'd like to call Angela Adsaid up to the desk here for her oath of office.
I, Angela Adsaid, having been appointed to the office of mayor in the municipality of the corporation of the town of Cobalt, do solemnly promise and declare I will faithfully and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, King of Canada. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
At this time, I'll present the chain of office.
No, it's kind of heavy.
The formal pictures only.
It's cute. Pearls are better. Yeah.
Thank you. I have something quick I'd just like to say before we get into the agenda. I'm looking forward to working with the councillors around the table over the next 3.5 years as a team. We are 7 people sitting around this table, and we need to remember that it's not personal when we have different opinions. We're going to have them. One thing I think that's very important as we move forward is that in order for us to have respectful and efficient meetings is to remind council members of the need to address questions through the chair after being called on to maintain decorum, and to remind the public that at no time are they to engage council from the audience. If you have questions or concerns, please contact the town office. I strongly feel that this shows respect for everyone who is here working hard and allows us efficiency we require to get through all of the work that needs to be done. Thank you. And now let's get to work. Okay, so item 3 on the agenda, the disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. None. 4, public meetings, nil. Sorry, I'm still a little nervous.
That'll go away.
5, deputations, delegations. We have none. 6, adoption of meeting agenda. Be it resolved that council approve the agenda of the regular meeting dated May 16th, 2023 as presented. I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Doug, seconded by Jim. Okay, any discussion? Okay, a vote. Okay. All in favor? 7, approval of previous council minutes. Be it resolved that council approve the minutes as presented. Regular meeting, April 18th, 2023. Special meeting, April 25th, 2023. Committee of the Whole meeting, May 2nd, 2023. I need a mover and a seconder. Harry and Jim. Sorry, Councillor Cooper and Councillor Starchuk. Any discussion? Okay, and vote. All in favor? Okay. 8 items for council consideration. 8.1. Township of Montague requesting resolution of support. Be it resolved that council for the town of Cobalt support the resolution for the Township of Montague for Bill 5, the Stopping Harassment and Abuse by Local Leaders Act. And further, that the resolution be circulated to the Honorable Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, MPP, John Jordan, and MP Scott Reid for Lanark, Frontenac, Kingston, and the Association of the Municipalities of Ontario. We need a mover and a seconder. Pat? Jim? Sorry. Councillor Anderson and Councillor Starchuk. Any discussion?
Just a quick comment. I wanted to thank Steve for circulating a good interpretation of the act and an explanation thereof. It was helpful and it makes it easier to vote.
I think it's something that's important. Okay, a vote?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Thanks.
8.2, DSAP, requesting proclamation for the Paramedic Services Week. This is a long one. Whereas the third week of May of each year is recognized across North America as Paramedic Services Week by the municipalities, paramedic organizations and associations, as well as other levels of government. And whereas the 2023 Paramedic Services Week is May 21st to 27th, 2023, and whereas the District of Temiskaming Social Services Administration Board Emergency Medical Services serve the people of the district every day, we take the opportunity to recognize the exceptional service they provide, from their prompt and compassionate response to our citizens in urgent need to the supportive role of community paramedics. And whereas paramedics dedicate their lives to public service and their skills often make the difference when community members are at their most vulnerable. And whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury. And whereas the service, dedication, and commitment of our highly trained paramedics deserve to be recognized and honored. And whereas the town of Cobalt wishes to recognize the important contribution of the 63 full-time and part-time paramedics who work out of 3 bases across the district, as well as recognize the paramedics across Canada. And now therefore be it resolved that I do hereby proclaim May 21st to 27th, 2023 as Paramedic Services Week in the town of Cobalt and urge our fellow community members to recognize the vital contributions provided by all paramedics in the district of Temiskaming. Be it resolved that Council for the Town of Cobalt proclaim May 21st, 27th, 2023 as Paramedic Services Week in Cobalt. I need a mover and a seconder. Harry and Pat, Councillor Cooper and Councillor Anderson. I'll get there yet. Any discussion? Okay, vote. All in favor? Items for council information, none. Be it resolved that council accept the items for council consideration as presented. There's none. I'm supposed to read that even if there is none? Okay. Okay, I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Anderson and Councillor Wilcox. Discussion? Obviously, there's none. Vote? All in favor? 9, bylaws and agreements. 9.1, bylaw number 2023-13, tax ratios for 2023. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2023-13, being a bylaw to establish tax ratios for 2023 as presented at the Committee of the Whole meeting, May 2nd, 2023, be taken as read a first, second, and third time the 16th day of May 2023. And further, that said bylaw be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Anderson, Councillor Wilcox. Any discussion? Okay, vote. Oh, are you voting?
I was waiting for the all in favor.
Oh.
It usually checks in there somewhere.
All in favor. 9.2, bylaw number 2023-14, tax levy for 2023. Whereas at the special meeting of council on April 25th, 2023, council approved a capital budget of $671,709 and an operating budget of $3,021,163 for a total 2023 budget of $3,692,872, requiring a tax levy of $7,800, $937. Said that kind of backwards. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2023-14, being a bylaw to provide for the adoption of the 2023 tax ratio for the municipal and school purposes and to further provide penalty and interest for payments in default, be taken as read a first, second, and third time the 16th day of May 2023. Okay, I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Cooper and Councillor Anderson. Oh, I missed part of it. Do I need to back up? And further, that said bylaw be signed, sealed by the mayor and clerk. Now I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Cooper, Councillor Anderson. Any discussion? And a vote? All in favor? All in favor. Okay. 9.3. Bylaw 2023-15, amendment to user fee bylaw. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2023-15, being an amendment to the user fees bylaw as presented at the Committee of the Whole meeting, May 2nd, 2023, be taken as read a first, second, and third time the 16th day of May 2023, and further that said bylaw be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Starchuk, Councillor Wilcox. Any discussion?
So this is just amending based on the new tax rate levy. That basically, because I was trying to understand, like this has a lot of user fees in it. So I'm just trying to understand the exact.
Your worship, these are the administration costs for increasing on a number of items within what the municipality does.
Yeah. And it's outlined the costs.
Okay, well, then I know in the past that there was a fee if you wanted to have, and I was trying to find it here because it's usually close by. The town bylaws, like if it was like $150 fee to have a copy of the bylaws, which I found to be pretty steep since you want people to actually follow the bylaws, and then you're charging them $150 just to know what they are. I'm not seeing it in here specifically. But anyhow, that's just something that I've often wondered about, because I did see it was often close to where there was the fees for the information request. So maybe it's not in this specifically. It just seemed like a lot of money, and most municipalities have them available online for free. And people don't necessarily need a printed copy if they can get a PDF available. So that's something that we might want to consider. Also, for use of the facilities here, there was a $60 fee for under 4 hours. No, there isn't. So under 4 hours, the fee, I'm sorry, this is when I was thank you, because there's a lot of pages to find the right page. So rentals under $4 hours are $120 for the community hall. For the business center for municipal meetings, it's free, but is that just for the municipality because we're not charging ourselves? Like, would we be able to rent the business center for a smaller fee if somebody wanted to have a small meeting and not use the whole hall? And would we also be able to apply the 50% discount rate to the 4 hours and under? Like, there might be a community group that would come in just for a few hours to have a gathering, like, I don't know, brownies, or maybe we could apply the 50% fee for the rentals under 4 hours. And just try to get people actually using this space in part amounts.
Your worship, a number of people are actually using the business center at this time.
Okay, for free? Like, is that a free option?
Depends on what it's being used for. I know it was used for, like, when Jim Diamond provided the information for the zoning next door, as well as other individuals have used it, and there was a fee.
Okay, so like that's not outlined specific to just the business center, so we could figure out what that is. And the zoning thing, I mean, that was for the municipality, right? So if non-municipal entities want to use just the business center, it'd be nice to be able to establish a fee for that.
Your worship, this is just for amendments to the current user fees at this time.
Yes, exactly, and this is within the user fee package that we were given.
Yeah, but I don't think it outlines all of the user fees, just the ones that they're changing.
Which is why I was asking at the beginning what they're changing. And then maybe we could open up something and have discussion about the other user fees.
On page 3, it indicates which ones are being updated, but why not?
But we can make a note for maybe a more comprehensive discussion down the road.
It's okay.
Council?
This
That's sure.
line? Okay, perfect.
I took mine back.
We'll put it on a future agenda for a discussion, further discussion of other user fees. And are we okay to accept these ones, the changes to these for now? Okay. Any other discussion?
Well, aren't our bylaws put online on our website? So,
All
Yeah.
of them are now, that's good. It's in
yeah,
the packet,
so
right?
people can check out our bylaws and read them and print them out themselves if they want to print copies. Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay, need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Cooper, Councillor Anderson.
was already, okay, it was moved already.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. We already moved and seconded it, and then did discussion. So all in favor? Lost my place. I'll get better. 10, unfinished business, there is none. 11, new business. 11.1, schedule of accounts. Be it resolved, the council received the following schedules as presented. Schedule number 2023-8 in the amount of $185,755.76. Schedule number 2023-09 in the amount of $155,853.97. A mover and a seconder. Councillor Starchuk, Councillor Wilcox. Any discussion? Councillor.
I had seen one invoice in here for rekeying of the water tower. What was that about? Why were we rekeying it? Rekey the water tower.
Rekeying of the water is for security purposes because previous agreement with the individuals who had access to it had a key for it, and we did not want them to go in without knowledge. And since Aqua is now involved with the water tower as well, so therefore we had to get the keys
Can we
recut.
not get the old keys back? Like, it's done now, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's money going out the door
out
there. Or we bill whoever has the keys.
There are a number of keys out there, and to know, so for inventory purposes, so to get it redone.
All in favor? Any other discussion? All in favor? Okay, item 12, closed meeting. Be it resolved that council convene in closed session as per section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended in order to address a matter pertaining to subsection 2B, personal matter about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. Item 2A, the security of the property of the municipality or local board. We need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Anderson, Councillor Starchuk. And all in favor? Okay. I'd also just like to make everybody aware that we'll be adjourning following the closed session.